name is Rosetta Carrington Lue. I'm a heart disease survivor, and my story is pretty interesting because for a few months, a couple of years ago, I was having health issues, and they didn't all come on at once. All the symptoms and signs weren't there at one time. So I was frequently going to the doctor, and we would address what that issue was at that specific moment versus looking at it holistically. After a few months, I found out that I had a bacterial infection that was running through my body, and that bacterial infection decided to live its life on my heart. I had to replace 2 of my valves. And obviously this was something that I wasn't aware of. After recovering from the surgery, I was out for a week. I ended up going back in because I had congestive heart failure. Which to me at that point, that was the scariest part of this whole journey. That's when I knew I had to make a big change in my lifestyle. First thing I did was really learn to understand nutrition, what my body needed and what it didn't need. Sodium, high levels of sodium, I had to cut back. Don't add any more salt. You know, the suggested range for sodium is 2,500 milligrams a day. What that meant was I also had a history of hypertension in my family. So I had to deal with understanding what lower salt meant, intake meant, but also had to learn to control my hypertension. That meant I really had to make sure that I took my medicine as I was instructed by the doctor. The second thing I needed to concentrate on besides nutrition was also exercise. So I began to walk just 30 minutes every day. Nothing intense, just enough to get my body and my heart rate up. I would suggest to anyone that before you go about doing an exercise program that you meet with your physician and make sure that exercise program fits you. Doesn't have to be expensive equipment. You can just line dance. As you're cleaning, you can just move and clean. Again, 30 minutes out of a 24-hour day is not a long time. The last thing I learned how to do was reduce my stress level. Many of us, we have kids, we have family, we always put ourselves last. We have to learn how to go. We're not going to be good for anyone if we can't be good to ourselves. So we have to learn how to say no. And learn how to say no more frequently and be okay with it. A tragic, I should say, event has really made me more whole and really helped me with learning to understand other people. So be a heart friend to someone else.